Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
So I got our times mixed up. So like, were you gone that first week I was gone, or were you at home but I was just gone?
No, I was at home, but you were just gone.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm sorry.
We were both gone.
We were both gone for part of that week, not the whole time though. I wouldn't have been there on Thursday.
Oh, okay. All right then. All right. Because I thought we were both gone at the same time, and that we'd be back whenever I guess you were in California. Did you do anything Comic-Con related? Or
no, we were
cool
close to Comic-Con, but not right by Comic-Con. I wanted to take the kids up there to go just like people watch, because I think they would have liked watching everybody in costumes and stuff, but we never made it up that way. It just made the airport like kind of a busy disaster.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, that's kind of a nightmare. Were y'all in a hotel?
No, at an Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
So we rented a house. So guess what I didn't realize this. So we get to this house. It's like on the ocean. Not on the ocean, but like walking distance to the ocean.
It's on the ocean. No, it's not.
It's on the ocean. So we walk in, and it's a 2-bedroom, like 1-bathroom, small-ish house. And I'm like, okay, I always, whenever I get to a place like that, I always look at Realtor.com, and I'm like, how much the places around, here go, like close to the ocean,
I never thought of doing that.
Oh, I do that all the time for places, just because I'm always curious what they are. And they're like, we're talking, multi-million dollars, like between like the small houses like 1 million, anything like a decent bigger house, up to 2-3, depending on how close you get to the ocean side. Which California is not unexpected. But I started looking at the numbers of them real quick. And I was like, wait a minute, like this is like saying this house, like the $1.5 million houses that are for sale are like these 1,200 square foot houses. There's no way the house that we're staying in is a 1,200 square foot house. And it does not look like a small house compared to the other ones on the block. But I didn't really think about it too much. And then getting to the place, like when we pulled up, it was really weird because the address was like 447. And we're walking down the street after we parked to go look for the house, and it's like, okay, there's 441, 443, 445, 453, 455, 447. Like they went out of order.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I was like, that's still just really weird. And I don't quite get how this is working, but it's all like just, house fronts. It's kind of like DC. There weren't townhomes exactly, but everything's pretty much like touching each other and out there. So we go to this work event that, Julia's work, and that's why we were there. We go to this happy hour, and this one guy asked us where we were staying, and we told him the town. And he goes, oh, how many houses is your house split up into? And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, that's a big problem out here in California. They're trying to get all these ordinances, because what people are doing is they're going in and buying houses and
then making it like 6 houses.
Yeah, but their thing is they're like 1-level houses. They're not multi-story houses, most of them.
Yeah.
So I'm used to seeing that in DC, where they'll turn it into 2 condos, like an upper level and a lower level condo. They're literally taking houses and splitting them and making 2, 3, 4 houses out of one house so that they can rent them. Which explained why, like, the little offset in the alley, the house must have had one address originally, and when they gave it more, they couldn't fit the numbers in that were where they were supposed to go, so it's technically later numbers in the block, but it's because this house got split into other houses. And I was like, so I started looking out the back window, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's obviously, like, that place behind us is this house. It's just they've now built a wall in between.
Wow.
In between the two.
That's weird.
And I thought that was very interesting. Like DC does the same type of thing, but in a different way.
Yeah.
So
I bet it's common with Airbnb style houses in general to
well, in certain areas for sure it is. And he was even talking about how California is really going after Airbnb to try to put regulations in to basically stop people from being able to do Airbnbs or buy houses and turn them into these rentals. And it's so funny.
Who's it hurting, though?
Well, you know exactly who it's hurting. You know who's the biggest lobbyist for this stuff is hotel people. So hotels are basically complaining that somebody else got in on their on their
That's dumb. I mean, this is the same thing as the taxi driver complaining about Uber.
Except the only thing I find different with the taxi driver Uber situation is the fact that to be a taxi driver, you need to, like in a lot of cities like New York and all, only certain people are allowed to be taxi drivers. There's only allowed to be so many medallions out there at any time, and how much the medallions cost.
Okay.
And I don't agree with the medallion price. But then Uber just kind of came in and were like, we're not really a taxi, even though that's exactly what we are. So we're just going to ignore it and put as many people on the road as we want to. And I do think that that's kind of fucked up when they already have regulations in place to limit the number of taxi drivers, and you kind of skirted around it on a falsehood that you won somehow. Because Uber claimed we're not a taxi service, we're a ride-hailing, or a ride-share service, which they never had Uber Share until years after Uber started.
Oh, you think that's why the Uber Share came to be?
I bet it is why it came to be, is because they probably wanted to finally be like, oh, look, they think we're a ride-share. We better actually be a ride-share of some way, shape, or form.
That's interesting.
But and I like the concept of Uber, don't get me wrong. I think the taxi industry needed to be disrupted. However, I think there are slight differences when you're talking about, hold on, local kelp, recreational 21 plus, a kelp corner franchise.
Have you just not seen this?
Yeah, I did not.
Cone did that forever ago.
Oh, I didn't even see this one. I don't think. I might have. It's been so long since we played that I don't know. I actually don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to clear out my inventory, and then I just keep like doing things like farming. And
do you have a favorite comment that gets repeated on almost every video?
A favorite comment? I mean, I have one guy that pretty much on every single video I post, and I like it because it's a very nice comment. Every one, he's just like, keep up the good work. And I'm like, that's awesome. I like this. I like this guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he can comment on my videos all day long. I have people that say similar things all the time. I randomly will get people that on no matter what video I post, they want a specific series back, and they'll be like, play more FTL on like every video that I have, or whatever.
Right.
But I don't have any like standardized comments other than the nice one.
My favorite is the one that tells me that bamboo doesn't have to grow by the water.
Oh, no, I think people give up on trying to tell me anything. But usually when it's Minecraft, like a mechanic-related thing that goes on for more than just, like, on an episode where I do something stupid, sure, I'll have those comments on it. But they don't go on episode to episode to episode.
Okay.
But sometimes...
They give up on you that quick, huh?
Sometimes they'll... 3 episodes later, they'll say, hey, Guude doesn't read his comments, so tell him, and they'll say, like, whatever the...
Wow. What's funny about that is I read all my comments, I just don't respond to them.
I think that's how it is for most people. A lot of comments don't need a response.
Yeah, no, I don't see the point in responding.
I mean, I'll respond to some comments when I have time, and if I feel that it needs or warrants a response, but not nothing crazy. I'm really tempted to... What are we going to do to the roof of that? Damn. Oh, you said a long time ago that somebody had given you a schematic on something to do for the lights up there.
That's gone now.
Oh. Okay.
That time has passed. Someone did post on
that person's gone. They disappeared, and everything they've ever done is buried.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't know. I don't even know where that was sent. It was probably on Twitter. Many weeks have passed since then.
It has been a long time.
So dead to me. Someone did post on the Minecraft subreddit. Someone in the Minecraft subreddit posted a lighthouse recently, and they had a really good top. They showed it in like a little GIF in action, spinning around, lighting up, and it was very, very good. And we should do that.
Do something like that. All right, if we can find it again, I'm all about replicating what somebody else has done because I don't know how to do it.
I don't know if they gave like steps or anything, but they did a good job. I do know that. So that's really all that matters. How many redstone lamps do we have? Like, do I need to go to the Nether and find
more glowstone?
Glowstone?
Probably.
Looks like we have 9 glowstone.
We have 5 redstone.
Do you have
lamps.
any lamps on you?
There's 5 in this chest right here that I'm looking at right here.
That's not a lot.
No, it's not a lot. We can do another journey.
All right. Do we have scaffolding anywhere?
We do. I think I put some in the shulker box. It's gone.
I just grabbed that out.
Okay, that's the only scaffolding that I had seen. The only scaffolding I had, I didn't make. I got it from, when we were all
is it still a bunch over there?
Was that scaffolding or was that was normal blocks that
we did
went up to
both?
that?
I don't know if the scaffolding stayed. I'm thinking the scaffolding would make it pretty easy to grab.
Oh, that's true. I don't know if you can hear my son. He's very not happy. He's not.
I couldn't tell if that was happy or angry sound.
Yeah, no, it is. I think
so
he decided he didn't want to go to bed.
Does he know he's not old enough to decide that yet?
I don't think he cares. He's old enough to decide everything.
It's interesting you brought up Comic-Con because one of my friends who's divorced, their ex-husband, they don't have joint custody. They have she has full custody, but they get the kid one week in the summer. And they have like every other weekend and like dinners during the week and stuff like that. So it's still pretty split. But like in the past, well, from what I've seen, he doesn't really know what to do with the kid. Like if the kid doesn't want to eat, he's like, well, she doesn't want to eat, so I guess that's that sort of thing.
I guess she doesn't eat.
Yeah. Like there was a time like a week or two ago where he's like, well, she doesn't want to go outside, so we're not going anywhere today. It's like, well,
like it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but he bought tickets to the Raleigh Comic-Con, and she's 6, so that's what he is like. I'm gonna take her to Comic-Con. That was like what he was gonna do, like father-daughter thing. And it was interesting whenever you brought up that you bring him to like People Watch, which I guess I can see that. I was thinking that she's probably too young. For Comic-Con, honestly,
I guess it all depends on, like, my son would just love to see people in costumes, and he would love to see Spider-Man, things like that. Would be like, he'd be excited about that. But if she's oh wow, I just fell. She's old enough to know if she likes that stuff at 6. So
she's mildly autistic too, so she has a problem with big crowds.
Okay,
so
it might
that was my
be...
first concern. Was like, Comic-Con might not be a great idea.
Yeah, it might not be the greatest idea, but at the same time, I mean, maybe she's still, if she likes like Marvel movies and DC movies and things like that. I mean, then it might be perfect for her.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what I was telling the mom. She's like, he wants me to go with you. I was like, I don't think you should go because he hasn't done anything with the kid by himself yet. I was like, I think you should let him. This should be a learning experience.
Yeah,
for everyone.
Yeah, he'll find out how it is and how it's.
Yeah.
I did grab a bunch of scaffolding. I got 41,
I'm just
64, and 41.
Apparently, he bought a bunch of tickets to like. He paid for all the like meet and greets for pictures and stuff. I mean, like that.
Sure, so that's great as long as that's stretching it a little too far. If you don't know if your daughter will like the people you just paid for meet and greets for.
Right. Apparently, it's like David Tennant from like Doctor Who and stuff. It's like she can know who that is. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
But do
see what
thing.
happens. I'm curious.
Whatever it is.
I'm not judging.
Yeah, that'll be
slightly.
Just slight judgment. No big deal. Not major judgment, just slight judgment.
It's one of those people that I wish I could get him to talk to me so I could like tell him about like this thought. I can give him like a whole list of things to do with. Yeah. But like these are some fun activities you could do with your daughter that are age appropriate. But he won't talk to me, so I can do.
Well, that makes it a little more difficult. Did I ever have the conversation with you about, I only bring this up because it happened yesterday at work, about the pronunciation of, okay, I'm going to ask you, how do you pronounce the delicious Greek sandwich?
Oh, some people call it gyro, but it's gyro.
So I completely agree with you. It is gyro. And I always like get into arguments with people, like fun arguments whenever they like call it anything other than, a gyro. So they had gyros at my hospital the other day as like the lunch special, and it was funny. I was like, "Ooh, gyros!" And I was thinking to myself, how many people are going to be calling this gyros as we were like going up there, or even like heroes? People call it heroes as well.
Huh, and I've never heard that one.
I hear it, but less often. But it's usually gyro or gyro, and as I'm walking into the cafeteria, the people in front of me are people I like work with on a regular basis too. Like they're not directly on my team, but I still interface with them a lot. And I hear her walk in and look at the sign and go, "Oh, gyros today," and I was like, "Oh, like I'm cringing on the inside already." And then she kind of saved herself because she was walking with somebody else and said this to the person she was walking with. She goes, "Or gyro or whatever it is, however you want to pronounce it." And I was like, "Okay, I can respect that." She's giving out both things here. But then I'm getting in line and I'm literally listening to people like, saying I want a gyro. You could have chicken gyros or lamb gyros or like whatever. They have different options in it. And listening to the people in front of me in line, some of them saying gyro, some of them saying, gyro, and I'm just like, oh, come on, why are they doing this? Waiting for the person who's gonna say hero, and I'm wanting to get like having jokes with people and tell them, that it's gyro, just getting like an argument with random people about it just to see what they say, like not a real argument. But I would shit you not, this woman comes walking up to the side and just to look around, and she's like, oh, look, they got them gyros here. And I was like, gyros? Like, where did you just come from? Gyros?
I've never heard that one.
Staring, like, gyros. Like, I'm cringing in my mind just because people call it a gyro, which is very standard for people to call it. And he said, gyro?
Right.
You got these gyros? She said it with, like, this weird accent.
It's almost like it's British.
These gyros, cheerio. Oh God!
Yeah, Renee was one of those people that called it a gyro.
A gyro.
Yeah.
Are you getting anywhere?
I'm getting down. I don't know what to do because with the hub being where it should be at the correct Y, we are very high up. We're never going to run into like an open pocket.
I got out. Come back up.
Did you? Okay. In a safe way. I heard lava over this way.
There's fire.
Oh, okay, but this is good. This is real good.
There's a pathway right there too.
That was the old Nether hub before he realized how wrong he was.
Oh, do you remember when we were in London and how upset we were that they didn't have AC at most places? And then we had the realization, not knowing, because I'd never been to London before. I don't know how many times you had been before that. I didn't know that London was traditionally not hot. And we just happened to be there during this ridiculous.
You didn't know that.
One that 10 was like, heat wave.
That's one of those places that never has AC. Like no one has AC because you don't need it, sort of thing.
What do you think about what's happening there now?
What's happening there?
Apparently, they're having like the biggest heat wave they've had in like 100 years across all of Europe.
Huh?
It's like 95 degrees or something like that, and granted, DC
crazy.
just had ridiculous like hot weather. Last week, luckily I was in California for most of it. Oh God, that was crazy. California and San Diego, it is like if you're by the ocean, it's like 73 degrees all the time, like year round.
Yeah, I love it.
And it was fantastic. We got off the red-eye plane at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was drenched in sweat walking from the plane to the terminal.
Wait, was it not nice weather?
When we got back to Baltimore, because at 6 o'clock in the morning it was still like it was literally 96 degrees or something like that. It was just instant humid sweatiness of.
I think what we could take away from all of this is this good thing that global climate change is just a myth.
Yeah, I'm very happy it's just a myth. AC fixes everything. That.
Arcus finally bought an air conditioner because he lives in one of those places where you don't own air conditioners.
Well, he's also in the middle of a place where they have the heat wave right now, right? He's in Europe area.
Right.
So,
Doc has been complaining on Twitter because I guess his apartment's in a historic region, so they're not allowed to have AC units.
But AC units have changed so much now to where you can get those.
That's what I thought. You just get an indoor unit.
You get the indoor unit that you just have to put the vent hole into the screen, not the whole.
I think people responded to him on Twitter because he was saying like, you guys don't realize how small my room is and stuff like that. So I think people were probably being like, get a mobile, and then he was like, I can't.
They are pretty big, and they're extremely inefficient because of the fact that they usually push the hot air outside.
I bought one for in here. And I swear it made the room warmer.
Well,
I don't know if I was venting not well enough.
In a way, it would have, because usually the condensing unit is outside where like the heat is generated. This relies on the tubing to try to push the heat outside. So technically, it is warming up the room and hoping that those tubes work appropriately. How the hell did I get up here to get this glowstone? I can't find my way back past.
I wondered how you got up there too, because I put scaffolding and then I got up there and you were like there.
I found a really quick just way that I came up here that I for the life of me have no idea what it was because I can't get back down. That's the weirdest. That's the weirdest.
I guess the problem with scaffolding is if a gas hits the bottom of it, you're coming down.
I never thought about it that way. If only ghasts left cobblestone when they shot. Oh, wait, here we go. This is how I got up here. Oh, there is a ghast, too. Oh, God, there is a ghast.
Hopefully
Okay,
it
I
doesn't see
guess
me.
said goodbye. I was going to kill this. There was a slime here. There we go. In case I can get a... I don't know if we need this magma cream for anything.
Probably. Who knows how you make half the stuff they've added this game.
This ghast wants me now. Got him. Did he drop me anything? I just realized I'm dangerously shooting at this thing right by pigmen.
Be careful.
Yeah, I should. We still gotta get our elytras.
What do you mean we gotta get our electric?
Our elytras all unbreaking.
We did that, remember?
Unbreaking and mending. Oh wait, we did get those books. Holy crap! Like I completely forgot because we went and bought them from the bookshop.
Yep.
Did we put them on?
Yep,
I did. I had to look at my thing to know that I actually put it on. I don't know why I was thinking that we still had to do that. That's what we did in the last episode we had, right?
Yep. Went and shot on Veteran Store. Okay, scaffolding are really good for getting glowstone.
Oh. Did I even give you the scaffolding?
I had that 30 that were in the
okay.
thing.
I almost forgot that we were still getting glowstone because I'm just like fighting gas and...
I mean, gas tiers are probably good too.
Yeah, unfortunately
Like
the
regen
gas...
potions.
Oh wait, he
Probably
did drop
to
a
kill
gas
wither
tier.
at some
There it is.
point.
There it is. Come here, Mr. Gas tier. I got you. You're mine.
Wish we had wait, Fortune doesn't work on this, but Silk Touch does. Right?
Fortune does work on it, but I think it maximizes it to like
4 has to.
4. It might not maximize it to 4, but it will always drop 4 when you craft it then. I can't remember. Fortune does do something with it. It either just like keeps it at the maximum of 4, or it does let you get more for the first time for naturally spawning glowstone, but not necessarily for man-made.
They put like a trigger on it,
Yeah.
showing that it's been crafted.
Right. Sometimes there's some type of tag on it to know
Gotcha.
the difference. I guess that's interesting to know because I guess if you silk touch glowstone though, it stacks the same way, doesn't it?
Yeah, you could Silk Touch glowstone.
But it'll still stack with man-made glowstone. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah, that's true.
I forgot how this worked again. How do you climb up these scaffoldings?
Just get inside of it and press spacebar.
No, how do I place the scaffolding?
From the side of the scaffolding at the bottom. If you're already inside of it, go down inside of it and look up and place it.
Yeah, but you can just place it all from the bottom. That's right.
Right.
That's how it works. Uh-oh.
Nobody's home. Dead server.
I hear a ghast. Is the run over?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, how do you do it if you got to get inside of it a little bit and then...
Yeah. More. Weren't inside of it enough. Now look up. There you go.
There we go. Ah.
I was kind of hoping you were going to come back with stories of the Comic-Con Taco Bell thing.
No, I did see there was something about Taco Bell in relation to Comic-Con that I saw out there. I don't remember what it was, though.
It's probably the Demolition Man Taco Bell thing, I would imagine.
It might have been. But yeah, we just weren't close enough to Comic-Con to actually, once we got out of the airport and all the crazy people, there and the amounts of people. I will say I flew Spirit Airlines for the first time. And,
really?
And amazingly will say that the experience was pleasant. And I was expecting it to be absolutely terrible. And I was terrified the entire time of it. Granted, for some odd reason, like you have to pay for everything. As long as you pay for it all up front, though, like we have to pay for our bag. So if we paid for it up front, it was $40 a bag. But if you wait till you get to the airport, it's like 150 or some weird stuff like that.
Wow.
I don't know if that's actually true. I know some of the carry-ons. It's more expensive. I just don't know what it is. With carry-ons, right. I was told that it's $30 if you pay for your carry-on up front, or $100 if you do it at the gate.
You can't have any carry-on?
So you can have a personal item, which they're very strange with the way they describe that, because they describe it as, you know, a small backpack, and they give like dimensions. But I saw people getting on with backpacks that were just like bigger than my giant backpack, stuffed to the brim, that it was clear it was their personal item. And maybe it was just the gate agents that I had, they didn't care, or were letting people on. And we got on with the kids. So we had to pay for our seats as well if you want to. We had to pay for seats on an airplane. We had to pay if we wanted to choose your seats. You have to pay like $13 a ticket, so we had to pay $13 a ticket so we could all make sure we sat together. But when you travel,
they don't force kids together at least with the parent.
Nope, it's part of the budget airline experience, you know. But with the kids and all, we got to take diaper bags per kid and stroller and all that stuff, and they let us board early because we were, you know, the family.
Is it not infinite arms?
We had one infinite arms and one non-infinite arms.
Oh, okay.
Because
how old is he? I guess
Jack is older than 2, and 2 is the cutoff for the infinite arms stuff.
Gotcha.
So we, you know, got to board early when it was the people who need extra assistance. They looked at us and they're like, "You guys are like qualify for this." We're like, "Oh, okay." So we just like rolled right up, and I don't know if it's because we had a stroller. They didn't look at anything once we got. You know,
well, yeah. Anytime it's a non-walking infant, that's considered extra time needed.
Yeah, they were just like, "Yep, this gas just spawned inside of the pathway, the bad pathway."
The bad pathway.
Where are you at? He's like, "Oh no, he's not stuck anymore." Then have you come look at this? Oh, he sees me. He see me.
Apparently, I had 2 arrows.
But they only let you do, instead of a 50-pound bag that most airlines do, it's a 40-pound bag. So I was the night before, because we left from Michigan to fly out to California, and because we were visiting my family in Michigan first, and it was the Michigan to California trip that we did on Spirit Airlines, and I was like getting on and off scales the night before, hoping that they were accurate enough, because, you know, we had stuffed pretty strategically, you know, in there.
Yeah.
We get to the airport, and both of our bags together weighed 69.5 pounds. Or, excuse me, 79.5 pounds. So...
Oh, so they just do them together?
Well, they had us do them together, but I put the one up there first, and they just had us put the second one on, and I looked at it when I put the first one up. The first one was, you know, 39.5 pounds, and the second one must have been like 40 pounds on the nose.
Right.
And so it was like, whew. But it only cost us, plus granted we had to pay the extras, but per ticket it was like $98 base fare, and then $13 and $30 for the, or $13 and $40 or $13 and $30, I can't remember how much it cost per ticket, but that was a ticket from Michigan to San Diego nonstop.
How much were the tickets, you said?
So they ended up being like $150 a piece with all the extras we had to add.
That's not bad.
No, it was like super cheap. I can't find our pathway back in, and I don't know where you went.
I went away a little bit. I'll come back.
So you're still,
you know, if you,
okay,
yeah.
As long as you're gonna come back.
If you were flying somewhere and you didn't need to bring clothes or anything, that'd be like just like a quick trip.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I'm kind of sad that like WoW Airlines closed down, because, you know, WoW Airlines being, you know, the international budget airline experience, that'd be awesome to just like take a couple day trip to, you know, Iceland for, you know, $90 fare over there. Right. Don't bring any clothes.
I've never heard
just
of that
be
airline
like,
before.
You ever heard of WoW Airlines? They were like a subsidiary of Icelandic Air, and their whole intent was to be the budget version of an airline that does international travel. It bounces like Iceland was the hub, but like basically between America and Europe and Iceland in that region.
Gotcha.
And so they had, you know, cheap ass airfare, and they're the ones that, this was only like 6 months ago or so that they shut down. You didn't hear about this? They're the ones that shut down literally with people in the air, like pilots, people boarding planes, and the pilot being like, well, they just closed our airline down, so everybody disembark now.
Really?
People on like a layover somewhere, and they'd get to one destination, and they'd be like, well, sorry, we closed down, you're stuck here.
That's insane.
Yeah, that was, God, when was that? I'm going to, wow.
It's a good thing you hadn't booked on WoW Airlines, apparently.
Well, true, but who expected an airline to shut down like that? WoW Airlines ceases operation. Crazy. It was March 28th, 2019.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, that wasn't that long ago at all. Our way back in is at 72.
I should be right by you somewhere. There you are. I see all the. I saw the torches. I followed them, and it didn't get me anywhere.
This is the way in right here. It's up there.
Oh, the torches are marking to go up. I thought the torches were marking like, look, because there's a pathway somewhere around here, and I was like, let me follow this pathway. They're following a way that doesn't actually have a way to get up.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. In here. Well, we should call this here. I hope everyone's enjoyed. We'll hopefully be posting regular videos again. You got anywhere to go anytime soon?
Time will tell. Not anytime soon. Not until probably September, October-ish time frame is when my random weekends start again.
We need to plan a bush garden trip together. We were just there again recently.
People I worked with just went there this last weekend, and I was like, oh, I got season tickets to that place, and I haven't used them yet.
We can talk about it more in the next episode. We'll see you guys then.
See ya.